Ms. Bach, teachers, friends, family, and fellow classmates. I stand before you as president of the senior class of 1995. I ran for this position for two reasons. First, I wanted to try to make this year one that none of you would ever forget. Second, because I wanted to give this speech. I think this year turned out great, and for this accomplishment, I thank my fellow officers. I would like to give special thanks to Kristen Olson for not only being a great vice president, but also a best friend. But more than any one person, I thank the entire class for being able to put all personal differences aside and come together when it counted. Giving this speech, besides being a great honor for me, has also been a great opportunity. To me, this is the best possible way to leave part of myself to all of you. For the past 12 years, we have looked forward to this time of the year. As summers approached, there was always a feeling of excitement in the air. Summer has meant many things to us. No school, more time to see good friends, and an opportunity to relax. But as great as summer vacation has always been, there are very few of us sitting before you today who can say they didn't get a little bit excited at the prospect of coming back to school in the fall. Maybe to see everyone again, or having more things to do, sports to play or activities to take part in. And in some of our hopes for the summer were unrealized. We knew there would always be next year. As this day approached, I think we all experienced excitement and also some apprehension. As our final summer together unfolds around us, we will all come to the realization that we won't be coming back together in the fall. As many go to various colleges or decide to enter the workforce, our real lives begin. Things will never be quite as comfortable for us as they have been at this high school and these elementary schools. We sit here now as 93 individuals, and at the same time, one class. Although we all have unique personal memories from the years, we also share in collective memories. We will all remember elementary, middle, and high school in our own ways. But without all these people you're sitting with, you would not have any memories at all. Fellow classmates, take a minute right now and look around you. Try and remember all the different friends you've had on your journey to graduation. Try to remember all the birthday parties you went to, and the sleepovers as well. Look for the first boy or girl you kissed. Look at each person and see if you don't have at least one special memory of them. Think back to the first time you met them, whether it was the first day of kindergarten, your first school bus ride, your first dance class, your first Jungle League t-ball practice, or maybe their first day in a new school. And now think of who they have become, who we have become, and take pride in the answer you come up with. Remember, these are the good old days you're going to miss in the years ahead. You cannot forget, though, that we have not made this journey alone. Our teachers, who over the years have given us knowledge, guidance, and encouragement, were always there for us. Coaches who instilled a strong work ethic and a competitiveness that will surely help us along the way spent many nights out on the various playing fields giving us their valuable time. We owe all the great people of this town who have provided us with the many great opportunities that we have had growing up here. And more than anything else, we owe a special debt to our parents, without whose love, patience, and guidance we would never have made it here. We can never pay them back for the millions of rides and countless hours spent at our activities. Would all the parents of the graduates please stand up? We may not know what the future holds, but we know who holds the future. As this chapter of our lives closes, we get ready to begin a new one. We must approach it with renewed dedication and ambition. What we have done here has been preparation for what we will do now. We must bring what we learned here academically and socially and apply it to our next challenge. We have all shown the people of this town what we are capable of. Now it's time to show the world. We must work hard to use all the opportunities afforded us to achieve new heights. And lastly, as we say goodbye to BHS, don't say goodbye to the memories we've made here. As we broaden our horizons, don't forget that you came from a small place in Massachusetts named Belchertown. And when you say farewell to old and new friends, don't let it be goodbye. I would now like to introduce our guest speaker this afternoon. If you're not all aware, this is a very special year for BHS. 30 years ago marked the grand opening of the high school you see here. Our guest speaker today is Miss Gretchen Bach, a lifelong resident of Belchertown. She was a member of the first class to graduate from this school. She has raised a family here and been very active in the community. I give you Gretchen Bach.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Bayard, Mr. Pazazis, Mr. Pike, Mr. White, honored guests, parents, family, friends, and especially to the Belchertown High School class of 1995. I'm very proud to be here today. As you've heard, I'm a member of the Belchertown High School class of 1965. Ours was the first class to graduate from the new high school 30 years ago. 30 years is a long time, but to me it feels like the time has flown. I would like to tell you something you may not know about this year's graduates. Over the past 10 months, members of my class have had the good fortune to be included in many of their senior year events. On Fair Day, we were invited to join the Student Council on their Belchertown High School's 30th birthday float. They won the Judges Award, and we had an excellent time with them. It brought back happy memories of our class floats. In each of our 4 years at BHS, we had an entry in the Fair Day Parade. In November, we were among the guests at the high school's 30th birthday celebration. After the ceremony, the video club filmed us reminiscing about our time at BHS. The students had plenty of interesting questions, and we had some great laughs, along with a few solemn moments. In December, there was the holiday dance, and here we are today at graduation. At this time, I'd like to speak directly to the graduates. Congratulations, class of 95. I'm very proud of you, and I'm truly honored to be here. I sincerely thank you for this opportunity. When I was asked to speak to you, to say I was overwhelmed is a definite understatement. At first, fear set in, followed by excitement. Then, my motherly instincts kicked in, and I thought, hey, this is a chance to lecture 93 teenagers all at once, and they can't talk back. Seriously, I hope that what I have to say here today will in no way seem like a lecture. But now that I have your attention, when I started preparing this speech, there was so much I wanted to tell you that I didn't know where to begin. I wondered, what can someone from my generation pass on to each of you that may make a difference in your life? I'd love to say something that will have a profound influence. But what I will share with you are thoughts, experiences, hopes, and prayers for your futures. On a rainy June 10th, 1965, that's appropriate, right? There were 48 students from BHS sitting in the gymnasium ready to graduate as you are today. Some were happy, some sad. Many of us overwhelmed by an avalanche of feelings and the realization that on that day, we were looking forward to the rest of our lives as adults. Gone were the days of elementary classes, meetings, and the social times that were so familiar. This adolescent period of our lives was over. It was time to face the future with our hopes and dreams. Since that day, our lives have taken many twists and turns, and speaking from my own experiences, I can tell you that life hasn't always been easy, but learning to overcome life's challenges brings strength growth, and wisdom. Dear friends, meet life's obstacles head-on. Believe in yourself. If you want something, think positively. Don't hesitate. Go after it. And if you don't meet your goal, don't beat yourself up over it. If you've done your very best, then you did the best you could. Pick yourself up and move on. You may never be the newscaster on the 6 o'clock news. Instead, you could end up owning the TV station. Don't be afraid to express your feelings. You may find that you aren't alone with your beliefs. When you know you're right, say so. If you just think you're right, say, I think so. Here's some good advice from a dear friend and classmate of mine. Over the years, when he thought he was right, he would insist that others agree with him. But he's since learned that his way of thinking wasn't always the only way. So do yourselves a favor. Keep an open mind, listen, communicate. Got questions? Ask them. It's been said that the dumbest question is the one that goes unasked. Take time out of your busy life to experience the wonders of nature. Appreciate what you have rather than wasting precious time yearning for material things. Material things are not the true riches of life. Live your life to the fullest, as though every day is a bonus. Today, in this old world of ours, with so much evil and terror out there, it may seem that there's nothing one can do to change it. As we look back in history, we find that there's always been wickedness in the world. And unfortunately, I guess that will never change. So what about you? What can you do? How can you work for the good of humankind? Well, here are a few suggestions. Speak kindly to your neighbor. Give words of encouragement. Lend an ear. Do someone a favor. Give a smile or a hug. These things are easy to do, and you'll be amazed at how good you'll feel inside. Practice the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And pay attention to another saying, what goes around comes around. Do what feels good in your heart, and life will be good to you. You each have a special gift. Use that gift. You can make a difference. I know it. And when you're feeling low, relax and try smiling. It takes less facial muscles to smile than it does to frown. And that smile on your face will be felt all around you. Always try to do what is right. Be honest, not only with others, but more importantly, be true to yourself. Honor your loving family members and good friends. These people are the treasures of your life. Learn to love yourself. Love yourself. This can be a hard one. Today is a new beginning for you. I expect that there will be many new beginnings in your lives. Whether your cup is half full or half empty is entirely up to you.